guys, welcome to episode 4 of the game plan. So I hope you all enjoyed last week's episode where I did something a little bit different. I pretty much just made fun of myself by telling you guys things that I wish I knew when I first started, got into weight training and bodybuilding. Embarrassing things that, I wish I could go back in time and change, but I can't. So I can share it with you guys though, so hopefully you guys got a laugh out of it, and maybe even some of you younger guys thought, I'm already doing that, and maybe I should listen to Jake and not that. So hopefully, let's see if that video was of any interest to any of you guys. So today we're back in the gym though, back training again. A few people have asked for me to put up a leg workout. I change my leg workout every week, but I did do a leg workout for you guys. So this workout I trained legs. I did more of a week 2 Y3T workout. The rep ranges was a little bit higher, anywhere between 10 and 20 reps on some of the exercises that I did. But I can't push enough to you guys about the amount of effort and intensity that has to go into your training to see results from it. So for those of you who like to watch my training videos and do exactly what I'm doing and copy the workouts, you need to make sure that you put in maximum effort and maximum intensity. I'm not in the gym for a hell of a long time. Might be an hour and a half most times, most days. But it's the intensity. And you'll find if you use the proper intensity, controlling the negative, exploding from the positive, the way out of the rep, you're going to fatigue yourself a lot. And if you mentally prepare yourself for each set before you start those working sets, that it's going to be, I make sure that before I get under that bar, before I squat, before I do, whether it's leg extension, squats, leg press, it doesn't matter. But let's just say, before I get under that bar to squat, I don't say that I'm going to stop at 12. I don't say I'm going to stop at 16. I say I'm going to stop when I stop. I do as many reps as I possibly can. And I set myself up for that. Now, you've got to get yourself into that mind frame. You can't be thinking about the birds and the bees and fluffy little bunnies and all that kind of shit when you're about to squat, 200 and something kilos or whatever it is that you squat. I don't squat 200 and something kilos. I just said that to make myself look strong. But in this workout, I only squatted about 180 kilos max. But whatever weight it is that you squat, you need to be able to get under there and get your head right from the beginning and know that you're going to take that set way past failure as far as you possibly can. Now, in saying that, this is where the workouts won't be able to go for a long period of time. If you're training properly and using the amount of effort and intensity that's required, after an hour, your whole central nervous system, everything will be absolutely and that's when people tell me they can train for hours on end. I'd like to see them come in and do a high intensity workout, controlling the negative, exploding out of the positive, doing that for even just a few basic exercises. Man, that is hard. And I could probably do another 5 exercises after my quad workout if I really wanted to. But the thing is, that level of intensity and effort that I was able to use in the first few exercises, that's gone. So that's why I don't think that it's worth it. I don't feel that it's worth me going to the gym and training just for the sake of training. I like to go into the gym knowing that I'm going to be able to get something out of it, and I'm pushing myself past previous lifts, attempts, whatever I'm doing. I like to be able to go into the gym and know that I'll push myself for as long as I can and then get out of the gym. And usually if I'm going really crazy training, getting myself mentally where I have to be before each set, exploding out of the bottom of the reps, that's tough. And the other thing is too, you're using controlled aggression with these workouts. It's not aggression as in I'm not walking up to the wall and smacking my head against the wall before I do a set of squats. It's controlled aggression where you keep it inside and you let it out in the workout. It's not using bad form. It's not getting angry and being stupid and sloppy with form. It's just controlled aggression. Thinking about before the set, getting ready, setting up, getting into the exercise, and then just putting it all on the line for that exercise. Sounds stupid to some, but that is what it takes if you're trying to break down muscle tissue and get it to repair bigger and stronger. So anyway, I'm going to stop talking and let you guys see the leg workout. All right, so here we go with this leg workout that I did. Now, first things first, this workout was all about intensity. It was about controlling the reps, and it was about exploding on the positive, on the way up. The negatives were all controlled, nice and slow, and then on the way up, I was like, seriously? What goes through my head, every single rep, I'm getting it up as high and as hard as I possibly can. You need to be able to do that if you're going to try to train like this. You can't just, go into a set just willy-nilly, just, oh yeah, I'm going to get 12 reps or whatever. You have to, before I even start this exercise, I'm going to push myself way past failure. So you have to set up these little battles in your head that, this is the last set you're ever going to do, those kinds of things. When you commit to a working set, you can do that working set until the death. That's how you get the intensity out of these workouts, and that's how you get stubborn muscle groups to grow. And that's, you guys are going to see my hamstrings when I diet down and see the improvements that I've made. I've definitely brought up my hamstrings. Still, obviously, I'm never going to be 100% happy with them because it's one of those body parts on me that lags, but I've definitely improved them. And one of the ways that I've done that is with this high intensity, crazy focused type training where you're really controlling the negatives and everything. I place importance on every part of the rep. I'm really getting that negative. That's very important. And what's also very important is exploding out of the bottom and really using as much power in that muscle as you possibly can. Now, the weights that you will be training with are going to change. There's no way that you'll be able to lift the same weights with this explosive out of the bottom as what you would on anything else, on your normal kind of workouts. See, and you can see at the end, once I do all of those reps, I'll just rep it out. I'll get as many as I can, just burn it out. And then I moved on. This is an exercise that you probably do see or don't see, I don't know, but there's a glute ham raise machine that they make, which I've tried, and I just don't like it. I don't find it works my hamstrings at all. I was going to buy it for my gym, but after I tried it, I thought it was absolute crap. So this way, I find is still the best way to hit your hamstrings. Just get the good old broomstick, unscrew a broom, and just hold on to the broomstick. So I've got my legs hooked under the pads in the lat machine pull down there, and man, this is a fucking tough movement. You can do it without the broomstick if you wanted to, but I've found that this exercise puts a lot of stress behind your knee on all of the connective tissue in your hamstrings and to your calves, so you have to be very careful that you don't tear anything on this exercise. I have done it before, not a bad tear, but it was enough to put me out of action for a little while from doing this exercise. So now I'm a lot smarter with it. I use the stick and I make sure that I get that slow stretch and then squeeze up with my hamstrings. So give this a go if you can. Don't worry about looking stupid in the gym, just worry about having big hamstrings. That's all you have to worry about. So it's an awesome exercise to be able to do this. Another thing too, with everything that you guys will see me doing, I usually do my working sets, like the hard sets. I'll probably only do 2 to 3 of those working sets. If you're training with the intensity that I'm telling you that you have to train with, you won't be able to do any more sets than that. It's hard to get that across on a video. It's hard to explain that. But if you push yourself as hard as you have to be pushing yourself, the weights that you drop, you might get 12 reps the first set. The second set might go down to 9. And then if you do a third set, you might get down to like 6 or something. So I don't normally like to do like six reps. So I'll probably do only like 2 really hard working sets, and that gets the job done. I've always thought of doing my workouts like that. Would I just rather kind of go about my workouts just doing 7 different exercises for hamstrings, or would I rather choose like 3 exercises for hamstrings, 3 or 4, and put 100% effort into that? 100% effort into a few hamstrings, to a few exercises, or like 50% effort into like 8 exercises. You've got to use your the power that's in your muscles and before you fatigue. You want to pick out exercises and take them to failure. So this is a movement that's Lee Priest taught me this movement years ago, because my lower back was so tight after doing all of that. My lower back's been playing up the last few weeks. Maybe it's the added intensity, not taking enough rest days. So this exercise takes all of the stress off your lower back. So if you get lower back pain doing stiff-legged deadlifts, give these a go. It's hard to explain exactly what to do there, but more or less, you stand straight underneath the bar in the Smith machine, take a couple of steps back, and then it's almost like you're doing a stiff-legged deadlift cross with a good morning kind of exercise. But really works amazingly well at hitting the hamstrings without putting, the stress on your lower back like a stiff-legged deadlift. I really struggle with stiff-legged deadlifts. My lower back, after the first set, my lower back is it's like a rock. I can't move, and it's painful. The pumps, my back pump is worse than my hamstring. So that's why I have to think of different ways to do things. So that was it for hamstrings. Then I moved on to quads. I normally do, I start off. I do 20 reps on. I start off with single legs. So I'll do 20 reps the first set, left leg, right leg. The next, I'll go up in weight, 20 reps, up in weight, 20 reps. And then you guys will see my working sets, the really hard sets. I do both legs at the same time. But I find it really good to warm up my quads one leg at a time. So you'll see I do like 20 reps each set, yeah. And then I'll go heavier and heavier. Leg extension is an isolated exercise. So, once you're warmed up and once you commit to the working set, really just go for it. You guys are going to see in a second when I start my working set, I really try to get as much out of every single rep as I possibly can. And again, I can't stress throughout this whole video, I'll say it a couple of times probably, the intensity that you have to put into it. So here we go with the first set of leg extensions, just like a working set. You got to psych yourself up. See, control the negative, blast it up. You're coming up as hard as you can, and it's not light. I've got the whole stack on there. Rep ranges on my working sets. This particular exercise was between about 12 to 15. Explode out of the bottom. You have to, guys. See, even when it's getting hard, just keep pushing through. And so it's very hard to, even some of the clients, the guys that I train, when it starts to get hard, they just stop. You have to keep pushing. You got to push yourselves way past failure. Second movement, I went over to a barbell squat. So I normally I don't always barbell squat second after leg extension. Sometimes I'll squat last. Sometimes I won't squat at all. But this particular workout, I did the leg extensions first, warmed up my knees, and then I went over to squat. Because I really wanted to do a lot of reps on squats, which I normally do. I've had knee pain in the past, and it's always been from squatting too much weight. There's no need to go ridiculously stupid with weight if all you're going to do is just put stress on your knee itself. So with squats, warm up with one plate, then I go to 2 plates. I might do 1 plate for 15 reps, 2 plates for 10. What have I got on there now? Like 3 plates. I'll probably do like 10 with this as well. Let's count them out. So 2, 3. So not going too crazy on the working sets. You don't want to take them way past failure. You just want to keep warming up. Who's counting? Is that 7? I think I did 7 or 8. So, and now, I'm warmed up enough to be able to do my working set now. So, after I go over 3 plates, I use the knee wraps. Don't go super tight on the knee wraps, guys. You don't want to compress the kneecap. You want to just support, you just want to put some support into the joint. Don't wrap your knees up so tight that you're gonna, compress the actual joint itself and you're gonna do some damage to it. So this is my working set. I did 3 sets on this weight. This was the first working set. I got 16 reps on, it's about 182 kilos. Just let's say 180 kilos. So that just goes to show you guys, if anybody squatted 180 kilos, this weight that I've got here, for 16, 17 reps, that's hard. That's really hard. Squatting heavy, I've found 5 plates, 6 plates. I can do that for a few reps. It's hard, but it's not as hard as this. This is so taxing on your cardiovascular system. Just this one set alone is enough. I probably could have gone and had my protein shake and called it a day after this set. I was absolutely f***ed after this. But
it just goes to show you guys what leg workouts are all about. They're basic, but you've got to just take those basic movements like way past failure. So let me know. Send me in a video if you can do 16, 17, even 20 reps on that kind of weight. Then that's impressive. With that depth and that form, I've trained for a long time, and I found those high reps sets like that, they're the ones that are really going to make your quads grow, especially on squats. And then I moved over to more of an isolated movement. So I went over to like a hack squat now. I muck around with the angles on the hack squat with the plate where my feet are, but this one I'll put my feet really close. Just because squat is normally about shoulder width apart, I didn't want to do exactly the same thing as I just did. So I moved it in just to hit a little bit more outer sweep on my quad. Put my feet almost touching. Roughly about exactly the same, 3 to 4 working sets. I think I did 3 working sets. And that was hard. You can see it's hard. And then that was pretty much all of the heavy lifting was done from there on. I finished off on one-legged squats. So just on the end of a bench, just put your foot up and just squat down. Now, I'm not trying to explode out of the bottom of this. All I'm doing is just getting a lot of blood in there at the end of the workout. Most body parts, whether it's legs, chest, back, whatever, at the end of the session, I like to choose an exercise where I can just kind of rep it out and get as much blood into the target muscle as I possibly can. But these are hard. It's not an easy exercise. I've got no weight, no nothing. It's just body weight. But after everything that I just did, man, it's f***ing tough. So don't call me out that I'm not lifting any weights until you do this workout and try doing these one-legged squats at the end, and you tell me whether it's easy or not. So I would love you guys to try this workout. Obviously, I'm not saying lift exactly the same weights that I lifted, but just try the workout with the intensity. Just drive the weight up as hard as you can. Control the negatives. Don't worry about the weight unless you can get that form on point. The weight doesn't mean a fucking thing. You're only going to hurt your joints and put stress on tendons and things, and there's no need to be able to be doing that. We're trying to isolate and build muscle. So I hope you guys enjoyed this leg workout. I'll send me some emails or messages or whatever. Let me know if you guys tried it out.
So there you have it. That's the leg workout done and dusted. Legs done. So I'll definitely put up some more leg videos in this video series to show you guys what I'll do on other days. Like some days I might just do giant sets for legs, where I would go from leg extension to leg press to hack squats to squats, and I'll just go through that giant set. And I'll do that for hamstrings as well. And there'll be higher reps, maybe 20, 25 reps. Always changing it up. So I've got plenty of videos and things to share with you guys that you'll be able to try yourselves when you're training. But for the most part, basics is what works. Don't over confuse, don't overcomplicate things. Basic stuff is always the best thing for you guys to be doing. So hopefully you all enjoyed the video. Don't forget, subscribe to the Massive Joe's video series. Stay up to date with everything, not only that I'm doing, that all the boys at Massive Joe's are doing, and even on the Facebook and Instagram, all the quality information that they're putting out there for you guys, whether it's training related, diet related, it's all good stuff. And it's all free, so you got nothing to lose. So yes, thank you guys again, and I'll see you all in the next episode.